Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Kellie.
You didn't want to cut me off that time, Kellie?
No. I thought I'd try being polite now.
I started to record, and as I said hello, everyone, Kellie just started talking by accident, as though we were like mid-conversation. And I was like, wow, that's never happened. Like, you've never accidentally cut me off. And so it really threw us for a loop.
The truth is, you went into it so quickly, I wasn't prepared. So I was beginning to say something, and then you had already started the episode.
Well, we didn't start because that would have been a real rough start. Just us giggling for a minute straight with no words.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So, Kellie, you cursed me.
Did I?
Yeah, I wanna tell the story right at the top of the show. This does not have to do with video games, but it does have to do with this show. Last week, we were talking about how there was a Nintendo Direct Mini upcoming. We'll talk more about that later. And you were making jokes because I said, oh, I'll be at Cedar Point that day. And you said, oh, well, you're going to have to watch it on a roller coaster. And I'm like, ha 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 ha. Well, I did watch it on the way because I was running a little behind, so I had time to watch it in the car. I was not driving. But I did, in a sense, watch a direct on the coaster because I watched my phone directly eject out of my pocket on a roller coaster.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, really.
OMG. Which roller coaster?
Magnum XL. The worst coaster.
Oh
and
my God.
I feel like it's a little your fault because you were making jokes about watching and losing my phone. And I wasn't watching, but I did lose my phone.
I am so sorry that happened. But you know what? I'm not the one who put the phone in your pocket, okay?
Correct.
Unsecurely.
I put it in thinking the button was secured. The button was not secured. It was only half in. And apparently that half was all it took for the phone to say, bye. Bye.
What? I mean, did you have to get a new phone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oof.
Well, it went under the coaster somewhere. They found it like 2 days later and they called me and they're like, yeah, it looks perfect. And I was like, cool. And they're like, but it won't turn on. And we've charged it for several hours. And I'm like, so it's destroyed. And they're like, well. And then they were like, it'll be $40 to ship it to you. And I was like, you could just keep it.
Just keep it.
Because I had to get a new phone like immediately because you can't live without a phone in 2022.
Yeah.
And I was going to get one within like the week anyway. So it's kind of like not a huge deal. But I did blame you immediately. Like the second it left, I turned around, the kid behind me who was like, you lost your phone. I was like, freaking Kellie. And he was like, oh, wait, are you? And I'm like, that's me talking games with Kellie and Andrew. I'm Andrew. And he says, I'm Jimmy. And I'm like, no. No.
Come on, Jimmy.
No.
Wow. I am so sorry that happened to you. It's kind of funny, though.
It's really funny. I mean, economically, a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Comically, very very funny.
Yeah. Wow. Well, at least you got a new phone out of it. Right?
Yeah, I like it. It'll probably be able to play like Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis better than my last phone could have.
Oh.
So,
that's a
but
good
moving
way of tying
forward,
it all back together.
Moving forward to Ubisoft Forward is happening September 10th. Is this so? They must have done this before because they said Ubisoft Forward with a lot of confidence, and I heard that name and I was like, "Is that a thing you've done before?" It's like a E3 showcase sort of thing. It's a showcase of multiple games. But just the name Ubisoft Forward, I was like, are you sure about that? Are you sure you didn't just make that up?
The press release says Ubisoft Forward is back.
When did it happen?
That's a great question.
But anyway, it's coming back, multi-game broadcast showing off Ubisoft games September 10th, as well as the announcement of a Ubisoft Forward on July 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, focused on Skull and Bones.
No. No, I don't think so.
It can't. It can't be real. If it's real, I just feel like there's just gonna be some fissures in the world, and everything's just gonna crumble because that's not real. It can't be real.
It's like never mind.
Were you gonna spoil a certain television program?
No.
Yeah,
I won't.
It is a lot like Stranger Things.
Bleep
that's
that
not
out.
A spoiler. I didn't.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
I'm not saying like, Paul dies. There's no character named Paul. I feel like you went into panic for like a fraction of a second that I spoiled it.
There's only one character I care about, and it's the pirate that I'm going to be in Skull and Bones.
I'm real excited to report on this.
Skull and Bones. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Skull and Bones. Sorry,
I'm real excited. I'm real excited to report on this next week.
Yeah, who knows?
Because there's leaks of release dates that we don't really report on leaks here unless they're like for sure. But it can't be real, right? It can't be.
I guess we'll see next. Oh my God! I guess we'll see tomorrow. Well, in
tomorrow broadcast, yeah.
Tomorrow's broadcast.
No, I said tomorrow as of day of broadcast.
Yes. True.
I would never call the Skull and Bones presentation a broadcast. That gives it a lot of importance that it does not have.
True. Potentially true. Sega also had a little announcement for us that they are looking to expand into live action film and TV of adaptations of their games, like Persona. So Atlas games, like Persona. So that's Persona, Persona 2, Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5. To me, this is very questionable.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means even. There have been live action versions of Japanese games such as Ace Attorney, and I'm sure that was a hit over in Japan. But the only live action Japanese media adaptation that I know of here in the United States is Death Note, and
that didn't go so hot.
I don't really
that Dragon Ball movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. Do we pretend that one doesn't exist? I think the thing for me is the live action, because there've been live action, or there've been animated adaptations specifically of Persona, and they've gone over very well.
Yeah.
What could be gained from a live action adaptation, especially with a story so intently focused on the animated incredible aspects? It just doesn't seem quite smart to me, and especially if it's being made in America. I'm good. Just make Persona games.
Well, think about how much Persona stuff there is. There's anime adaptations. There's stage play adaptations. It's what? You're right. What more could we milk from this?
The only thing I could think of would be a new story that kind of takes inspiration, because every Persona game's a new storyline. If they made a film that was a new storyline and didn't try to adapt anything, I think that could work, because there's some ideas in the Persona universe that could definitely adapt, but I just don't think they're going to do that. The only perk to this would be if we get to see a live action Jack Frost. I would love that.
But he has to be a little guy in a suit. I don't want CGI.
Practical.
Yeah.
One of those it's the Pikachus at theme parks, the ones that are way too big.
Yeah.
But Jack Frost.
Oh my gosh. Hee ho.
Hee ho.
I love him. I would do anything for Jack Frost.
Would you eat a lollipop while using a chainsaw?
I would.
Well, soon you'll get to do that. Maybe not for Jack Frost, but in 2023, as we kind of reported on, Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a full remake. This has been officially confirmed, including a screenshot. Okay, we already talked about this a bunch. Mm-hmm. This is so weird. I love it. It is one of the most like 2010 things I could fathom, and I'm so glad it's coming back. It is a just visual upgrade, so I wouldn't expect any, let's say, moral changes to maybe designs or general ideas. It's still gonna be horny for it's gonna be horny for Lollipop Chainsaw. I don't know her name. Juliet Starling. It's gonna be horny for Juliet Starling and even hornier for her chainsaw.
As it should. You know, we've spent so long these past 2 years being horribly, horribly cooped up and repressed. I say, let us destroy zombies with a chainsaw in a very skimpy cheerleader outfit.
I'm kind of excited. I'm just so curious. This one's so weird.
I don't think I'm excited, but I didn't really care for the game originally, so.
No, I'm not going to play it. That's not what I said. But I'm excited to see what comes of this.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Also showcased, well, not in a different situation, a new trailer for Star Ocean: The Divine Force released with a launch date of October 27th. So
is that the no thoughts then?
No thoughts. I've never played these games. I've never seen them. I've never even heard of them. I know they're Square Enix games. That's all I got.
The thing about this trailer for me, this final, well, not final probably, but this release date trailer, is I think it looks very good in some ways. Like, I think the movement is really cool. I think the environments are really cool. The enemy designs are awesome. The combat looks really fun. And every time they show a character's face, I want to throw up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's so many good things, but then it's sullied by like some really bad shortcomings.
Yeah, the characters kind of, like, to me, they look like a bunch of like MMO characters. You know what I mean? Just like really like a lot going on, like zippers and eye patches, and I guess that's pretty par for the course. But yeah, I would agree. The facial animation and the design is like really atrocious.
And it's just a shame because I feel like the package looks fun. But oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I just noticed that the most replayed moment is very obvious. Everybody on the internet has one thing on their mind.
Oh my gosh. What?
You don't need to look it up. It's just it's horny. I'm sorry I keep saying that word, but
it's booby.
It is it's a window.
In other news, you know that Fallout Amazon show that we've been not talking about for like a year now?
Yeah.
Well, it has cast a few people in it. Probably most notably is Kyle MacLachlan, who is, for those who are unfamiliar, he is Agent Dale Cooper from the show Twin Peaks. He's also the mayor in Portlandia. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in the original Dune. Real fun character.
Now he's in Fallout.
He was in Fallout?
I said now he's in Fallout.
Oh, I was going to say.
It's literally the story you're reading.
No, well, I was just going to say he was already in the games because I don't remember that. They also casted announced two other people on the cast as Zelia Mendez-Jones, don't know, and Aaron Moten, don't know. Let's see.
I don't recognize their faces, and they also don't have blue names in this article, so I can't even click on them to find out more.
Yeah, I guess Mendez-Jones, they are in the Wheel of Time. And
this does not help me.
And they're going to be in a Netflix movie. And then Moten was in that Father Stu movie that we were making fun of when we saw it in the trailer for Uncharted.
Ah, good. Great.
So, well, I don't know about this. I think I think Fallout has been adapted live action in like miniseries on like YouTube and stuff like that, and I think it does work quite well because it's such a big universe. I mean, it's not a big universe. It's usually restricted to the United States of America, but you know what I mean. There's a lot to
That's where it
explore.
should be. What if they did it in Europe for the series? That'd be interesting.
I do think that would be interesting. I'm not 100% sure I'm sold just because so much of Fallout is about sort of the perils of American exceptionalism, but I do think it could be interesting to sort of see what's going on over there because we really don't learn that much throughout the games. What what's going on and really anywhere else other than the United States, including Europe. So
Definitely feels a lot more real after this news.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of when we heard that Pedro Pascal, and the actress playing Ellie were cast in the Last of Us show. It was like, oh, this is actually happening. This isn't just something that's going to get stuck in like development for 20 years.
Yeah, no, they're paying those actors a lot of money. They gotta finish this thing up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll see how that goes.
Probably not soon.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they're casting Kyle MacLachlan, McLaughlin. Anyway, I think it's interesting because his character. Well, it's not necessarily. I'm not super familiar with the world of Dune, but it is. It's almost feels a little bit apocalyptic. So, he already kind of has some experience in that department, but that was like 30 years ago. So.
Yeah, he did this once.
Been there, done that.
Something else we've been to and done to is not the English language, apparently. We had a Nintendo Direct Mini. You knew about this. Last week we talked briefly about it because it had been announced, but we didn't know what it was going to be in it, and now we have the full list of news. Just as a reminder, this was all third party, so don't expect any Mario, right? That'd be crazy. No Mario.
That
No
would
Zelda.
be so crazy.
No Mario. But before we get into the direct, we have a very exciting word from our co-sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Sentry, a new esports organization from Pittsburgh. Their team runs tournaments for Smash and other video games. Find them on Twitch at twitch.tv/PGH Sentry. That is twitch.tv/PGH SENTRY. Or go to their website, smacksentry.gg, smaksentry.gg, to find more info about attending or viewing their content. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Perhaps, after you play a nice game of Smash, on October 6th, you can pop over and play Nier Automata, because it is coming to Switch natively, no cloud ports over here, on October 6th. I did not expect to see this one. I think it's real cool, and it looks really impressive technically. Like, the fact that this is running on Switch is real impressive.
Yeah. I agree.
Have you played Nier Automata?
No. But I know it's got a big, big fan base.
It's real good.
So I'm excited for everybody to see their favorite robot people do some robot fights.
Well, that's a bit reductive.
Sorry.
They're not robots, they're androids.
Oh, I'm sorry. I played Detroit Become Human, so I'm allowed to say that kind of stuff because I went through the whole androids people thing, okay? I've been there. Played the whole game about it.
Well, on October 6th, you'll be able to play a whole nother game about it, if you so desire, on your Switch.
Maybe I will. But you know what I probably won't be playing?
That's a really negative outlook, but
Sorry.
go ahead.
No,
What
I
are you
might
not
play
gonna
it. I don't know. Super Bomberman R2 was announced for all platforms for 2023. Super Bomberman, you may know him. He's a little guy, and he wears a little like hood, and he throws bombs, and he is a little guy. I already said that. I don't have much to say about Super Bomberman.
Did you play Superman R?
No, no.
Okay. I played a little bit. It was fine. I don't like supporting Konami, so I'm
It
kind of.
looks not fun. Like it hurts. Like it's too much going on for my eyeballs, and I don't like that.
Maybe a game that'll be a little less intense for your eyeballs. Probably not. It'll probably be just as intense. Is Mega Man Battle Network. You can play all 10 games in that series next year when it comes to Switch, PS4, and PC. This one was real exciting because I feel like this is it has a very intense cult following, and Capcom's kind of been leaving them hanging. So getting a full collection of all 10 games is a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the price is right, this is a wildly good deal.
Yeah, I mean 10 games, that's no joke. And if you're only paying like $40, I think you're getting your bang for your buck, if you know what I'm saying.
And we'll find out. Digitally, they come in 2 collections, Volume 1 and Volume 2. But if you buy it physically, it's all in one cartridge and or disc if you get it on PS4. So I'm excited that this cult classic is coming back, even if it's not something that I'm going to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think old games becoming accessible is always good news.
I would agree with that. Speaking of old Speaking of old games, Pac-Man World Repack, which is a remastered version.
Awful.
Pac-Man World was announced, and it will be releasing on August 26th this year. So that's like a month from now.
Wow.
Yeah, you know Pac-Man. Do you know him? He goes, waka 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 waka. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know him? Have you met him?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to save his entire family. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The gravity of the situation is very serious. Okay? His whole family has been kidnapped, including his little doggy, his little Pac-Man dog.
No.
I know. So, just saying. August 26th, you better be there. I better see that little notification pop up on my Switch. Andrew is playing Pac-Man World Repack.
I don't think you'll be seeing that, Kelly. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I think it's really, I'm glad because apparently there's a huge fan base for this game because it's quite old now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for people.
I'm quite fond of Miss Pac-Man. She's a beautiful woman, and I support her in all that she does.
Does that mean you're going to support her husband in this game?
Yeah, definitely.
You're playing Repack?
No.
Well, then,
it'll be like emotional support, like from the sidelines.
He needs economic support.
Pac-Man needs your money now.
Another developer that's not Pac-Man, thankfully, that might need your money, is working on a little game called Blanc. I'm assuming it's Blanc, right?
Yeah, that's the French word for
white. It's made by a studio called what? White?
That's the French word for white. Yes.
Oh, because it's snowy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's made by a studio called Casus Ludi. Maybe I don't know how to pronounce that. It's definitely what it is, but it's published by Gearbox. Every time I see Gearbox publishing something weird, I'm just like, oh, okay. But it is a co-op game. You play as a little baby deer and a little baby wolf. I think it seems to be intended for co-op. That's for sure. I don't know if you can play it single player, but I won't be. I will find somebody to play with. It is so cute. It is a black and white game. Little white doe and a little black wolf. It is so cute. I cannot get enough of this game. The gameplay looks really sweet and fun. The characters are profoundly adorable. The logo is them like cuddling. The C in Blanc is them cuddling.
They have to help each other.
Kelly's crying. It's real cute. This is genuinely one of the most exciting announcements from the showcase. It's coming February of 2023, so it's not too far away. It's coming to Switch and PC. I think. Did I say that? Maybe. Who knows? It's just so cute. I have nothing like profound or really interesting to say. It's just so cute.
Yeah, I really like the logo.
I'm real excited to play this one. I think it's going to be a fun co-op game. I think we need more like co-op games like this. This feels like a simplified It Takes Two, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Something very, very exciting for Monkey Island fans. Return to Monkey Island got a gameplay trailer. And they also announced that it will be out later this year for the Switch and PC. Monkey Island,
There's no monkeys. There's no monkeys in this game. Kelly, there's no monkeys in this game.
What if there were monkeys in this game?
Yeah, maybe that makes sense because it's called Monkey Island.
Here's my pitch.
Uh-huh. I reject your pitch.
Fair enough.
I think this game looks real ugly.
Does it?
I don't know if it's just not my style. It's probably just not my style, but I really don't like the way it's animated.
Was Monkey Island a Double Fine game?
I think so.
Okay.
Or no, it's LucasArts, right?
Oh, okay. Just curious. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like it kind of looks like the cartoons that you put on like in the middle of the day for your dog when you leave, and they're like
no.
They're like, kind of low budget
made
like
for
daytime
dogs.
cartoons. Yeah. Made for dog. But I'm happy for Monkey Island fans because I know this is one of those games that people are, get excited for.
Yeah. I said there'd be no Mario. I'd like to apologize. I lied. Because there is a third-party Mario game. Mario and Rabbids. Sparks of Hope. Game we have not seen since last E3 season. Got an extensive look and a reveal of Bowser as a new playable character in the newest trailer. There's a couple little trailers that came out. It's out October 20th. We saw a bunch of new mechanics. We saw the new characters, story, cutscenes, overworld. I think it looks way better than the first game, which is saying something because I like the first game a lot. But like visually, it's an incredible improvement. I think the mechanics look really intriguing. You have more free movement versus like a tile movement. And there's also Lumas, but they're like little rabbit Lumas. And they give your character special traits. And I think it's really interesting. And I'm excited to play as Bowser. I'm surprised Rosalina's not in the game. But hey, who am I to judge?
Well, she's kind of in the
Rosalina
game,
is.
but as a
Rabbit
rabbit,
Rosalina, yeah. But they said when Bowser, they were like, this is the last character. And I'm like, oh, okay. But as per usual, same thing as the last game in the series. I feel like they really toned the rabbits down, and that helps it a lot because it kind of is able to just thrive as a cute little Mario game instead of an annoying rabbits game. I'm excited it's coming out this year still. October is a perfect release window, even though it didn't quite hit that summer window that I predicted. I'm okay. October is a good release date.
Yeah, it's beautifully. There's a lot of beautiful color happening in this trailer. Seems to be very well designed, as with most Mario games.
The environments are wonderfully designed. I'm really happy about that.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I would agree with you there. We're in agreement there. You know what we're also in agreement about?
Well, you don't know my opinion, so you're really stretching on this one. Go ahead.
Drawing is fun.
Yeah, I guess that counts as agreement. You went as vague as you could there to make sure that you didn't screw yourself over.
There was a trailer for a new game called RPG Time: The Legend of Wright. It will be releasing on the 18th of August this year, so that's another one that's coming in about a month. It reminds me a little bit of Drawn to Life, which was a series of games where you would draw little things and they would come to life and you could play with them. Like the game would be like, draw an enemy, and you would draw it with your stylus, and then you would fight that enemy. So it kind of reminds me of that. It doesn't seem to be quite the same idea. It's just like a notebook, and there's characters. One of them looks remarkably like Princess Peach. But anyway.
What? No. It's not Princess Peach.
It's not Princess Peach. It's just a blonde princess in a pink dress.
It's Princess Tangerine.
It's Princess Nectarine.
I'm real excited. Oh, Nectarine's a lot closer to Peaches.
It's all right. I shouldn't have said anything. I just sound like a know-it-all.
You do know a lot, though.
Thanks. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate it.
You knew what nectarines were.
It looks really fun.
I'm excited to see more of it. I think it looks really cool. It's out on PC already, I believe.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah, but
Bye.
I don't have one of those.
I do. Bye.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's going to be just me while Kelly goes to play RPG time for the rest of the episode.
Just kidding. I got you. Ha.
Ha 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 ha. I'm going to have to get away from you real fast now.
Oh.
Just like our pal, our buddy, our amigo, our friend, our compadre, our comrade, our pal.
Okay, you're pushing.
I think I said pal already.
Yeah, you did.
Crap. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog has a new game coming out, Sonic Frontiers. We've seen a bit of this game, but we've not seen it in a very concise trailer before. We've just seen weird little gameplay snippets. But during this showcase, we finally saw Switch gameplay. We saw the new the cyberspace.
There's no cyberspace.
The new cyberspace areas, which are special areas with more linear and insane designs. I think this trailer looked good. I am weary for the game because a lot of reasons, but this was a well cut together trailer. It looked pretty impressive for Switch. There was a lot less poppin' than that PlayStation 5 footage from IGN, so I don't know what's going on there. But I also think the cyberspace areas look really interesting and cool, and I think that's a better way to integrate Green Hill Zone than making the first level Green Hill Zone like they usually do. I don't know. It still says holiday and not a release date, so I think this game still's probably going to get delayed. But we can dream, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you think it looks great and amazing?
No.
Do you think it looks bad?
I don't know if it looks bad. It just looks a little bit like it lacks like a cohesive style.
It's a little all over the place.
Yeah, it's just, to me, the overworld is quite bland. And it's really weird to see like this beautiful, bright Sonic model, and then see this sort of like Death Stranding-esque world.
Barren world.
Yeah, but we'll see. I agree with you. I do think it will be delayed. But we'll see. We'll see. I wasn't super impressed.
Yeah, it didn't really do much to.
It's kind of giving Horizon.
Oh no, that's rude.
meets Death Stranding meets Sonic.
Did you like the villain? No? The villain was in this trailer?
I don't get it. I don't understand what the purpose of this game is.
You don't like the villain? The little doll girl?
No.
Why? She has...
Like I said...
She's a doll.
I don't understand the purpose of this game. It doesn't look like a Sonic game to me. I don't understand why Sonic is in this big empty world all by himself. And I don't understand why...
He's not by himself. Look at the cute little doll girl.
I don't like her. I don't like her
I put her
attitude.
in our sheet. I made her really big. Oh, the resolution's real low on this image.
She looks like a Pokemon XD character.
Ooh, yikes. That's pretty rude.
Pokemon Coliseum XD.
Yikes. Anyway.
Oh.
That was Sonic Frontiers.
Here's some exciting news for Kelly specifically. The Portal Companion Collection is available now on Nintendo Switch. This is Portal 1 and Portal 2. I love the Portal games. I remember when I played Portal 2, it was pivotal in my development as a young woman. Yeah, I'm
me
kidding.
As well.
I'm kidding.
No, me as well.
Great games. Very fun. Very short. I believe this includes the co-op mode.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I downloaded it. I have bought it because I'm planning on playing Portal 2 co-op with my partner, and I'm real excited to do so because I haven't played it since it came out on PS3.
Which little guy are you going to be, the blue one or the orange one?
I prefer the blue one, but my partner gets to pick because they've not played it, and I have.
That's nice.
I like the blue one, though.
I like the
orange. It's Atlas, right? Atlas and Peabody?
Yeah.
You like the orange one?
Yeah, because he's a little guy. He's
okay. If my partner doesn't want to play as Peabody, then I am going to end things, and I'm going to play Portal 2 with you instead.
I think this is good though because a lot of people haven't played the Portal games just because they're not super accessible. I played them on Xbox 360, but now they are. I mean, now they're more accessible because you can play them on Switch, and I'm pretty sure you can get them there on PC. But
yeah, it's just Switch and PC right now. I mean, backwards compatibility on Xbox, but
right.
I think that only half counts because you have to go find a physical copy at that point.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. I'm sure we'll talk more about this as we start to play it again.
Yeah.
Another thing that they dropped right after an should I give it another try or should we just end the show?
Remember when before we started recording you were saying like I only get rid of the flubs and we don't really flub that much.
Okay, so what I should have said is that we are really good at being incredibly stupid when we flub, and I think it's a little entertaining.
I just think it's funny because I think this is the episode that we've both flubbed the most.
Yeah, probably. But Nintendo didn't flub when they announced that Live Alive for Nintendo Switch has a demo available now. They showed off a little new trailer, didn't really show much exciting new stuff, but the announcement of the demo is exciting. I've not yet played it, but I plan to soon. Part of the issue for me is I feel like these games don't demo well, ironically, because they always demo them. But I really didn't like the Triangle Strategy demo, and I love that game. I really didn't like the Octopath demo, and I love that game. So part of me is just like, maybe I won't play the demo, and I'll just play the game, because I like all of them so far.
That might be a good strategy. That might be a good triangle strategy that you've got going there.
Nice.
Thank you.
Another Square Enix game that got shown off was Harvestella, a game we've never seen before, but it was announced. It is a RPG with combat, real-time action combat, farming mechanics, some life simulation stuff. Kind of looks like an in-depth Harvest Moon-esque game, but with more deep combat and story. It's out, surprisingly, on November 4th, considering we just heard about it. I think it looks really cool. I don't know if I'll play it just because, it'll be a busy time around November. But considering we didn't know about this until the Direct, I think it was a really cool, exciting reveal. And I'm glad Square Enix is making weird little Switch games like this still.
Yeah. It reminds me of Rune Factory.
Yeah, like a more realistic modeled Rune Factory.
Yeah. I do think it looks cool. I might play it because I love farming sims.
Uh-huh.
That's really all I got.
Well, you said so
I know. I was
geared up for more.
I think it looks really nice. I think it looks
does.
like a nice game. I think it's like
they clearly optimized it for Switch first.
Yeah. So that is cool. And I think the design is is interesting too, because usually with these like farming simulators, everything's sort of like small town. It's a bit more grounded in reality, and this one looks very much not grounded in reality. So I think that'll be interesting. I wonder if there will be like relationship mechanics and stuff.
I sure hope so. If I can't date in the game, what is the point?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe a social link, perhaps?
Do you want to call me stupid now? Do you want to call me stupid after you read the story, or do you want to do both?
No stupidity here.
I'm a little stupid. I like pretty distinctly said I don't think this would happen.
Well, you were just being realistic. You just weren't being optimistic. And optimism paid off because the show closed out with the announcement that Persona 5 Royal, Persona 3, Persona 4. Is it all of the Persona games?
No.
Okay.
It's
Oh, yeah.
5 Royal, 3 Portable, 4 Golden.
Yes. They're all coming to Switch, which is very, very, very exciting. It's going to be the same. I'm assuming it's going to be the same rollout as all the other ones, with Persona 5 Royal coming to the Switch on the 21st of October, and then Persona 4 Golden, and then Persona 3 Portable to follow. This is very exciting for me because I love Persona 3 Portable, and my PSP is busted, so I have not been able to play it in years and years. This is also exciting because I have never played Persona 5 Royal, so now I probably will, because I can have it on my Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
My Nintendo Switch. Sorry, sometimes words just elude me,
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's really cool. I feel a little dumb because I literally was like, I don't think they'll do that, because they just showed it in the Xbox show. And it is funny because that was like almost the closing thing of the Xbox show. It's like the second to last thing besides Kojima, right?
Yeah.
And this was the closer to a direct mini, but still a direct. And I'm like, they know that this game carries weight.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. A lot of people maybe who've played Persona 5 and haven't really played 4 or 3 just because they're a little bit less accessible. I think it'll be nice for them to be able to play those games. And people who really like Joker and like Super Smash Brothers, maybe
Could
now they
actually
can
see where
play
he's
the game.
from.
Yeah. It's kind of like that old joke that it's like, wow, Persona fans can finally play the game now.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's kind of funny.
It's pretty funny. Yeah. I think it's really cool. I am this was a direct mini. I think they did a pretty good job. Like, setting us up realistically with that mini made it so like the surprising stuff like Persona and Mario and Rabbids, Portal being dropped, and a couple like little exciting things. Like, I'm real excited for Blanc. I think that was probably my highlight of the show as far as new announced things. I think it was a really good direct. I enjoyed it a lot. And it helps that it came out as one video, so I could skip through the things I found exceptionally boring. I am sorry to anybody who's offended by that. I did skip some of the Super Bomberman R2 trailer.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I did skip some of the Monkey Island trailer when I watched it for the first time. I'm sorry. It was real ugly. All right. Did you play anything? Quit monkeying around. Did you play anything this week? Don't laugh like I said something funny. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life.
No. I had a, bit of a crazy week, so I didn't really get a chance to play anything. I did play a little bit of Earthbound on my Switch.
Did you forget what a Switch was again?
My soon-to-be Persona machine. And it was very fun. Just a great game. Great music, great design. Great enemies.
You don't have to like stretch for time on
I'm not.
Earthbound.
I was trying to think of like a way to, make it sound nice, because I was like, I said two things and then it seemed like I was going to say a third thing and that I didn't have a third thing, so I just kind of pulled one out of my butt.
Why did you pause and then get closer to the microphone to say that? You're so lucky I can't mute your microphone remotely. I'd just be constantly muting you.
I what can I say? I love to make little monkey noises.
Yeah, I'm glad that Monkey Island news is not going to happen again next week, hopefully.
What if I still make monkey noises?
Then you'll be fired.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, fired means the show's canceled, but still.
Why don't we talk about what you played this week, Andrew?
I did play some games. I played new release Neon White. Not going to say a lot about it because I'm still working on it. I think I'll be able to finish it in the next week or so. I love it, though. The gameplay is incredible. If you've seen footage of this game, let me put this out there right now. The cards look scary. I don't like the look of the card mechanic in this game, but it is not a card game. The cards simply represent visually when you pick guns up to use them, and they're discardable. That's why they use the cards visually, but there was no card mechanics. So don't worry about that. It is an extremely fast-paced first-person shooter that encourages speed-running-like gameplay. It is so fun, so satisfying. If you're playing on Switch, make sure you turn on gyro controls because they make it a lot more concise and high-paced. The main character is voiced by the same dude who voiced Spike Spiegel, which is real cool. And it's a good redeeming factor because the writing is not good. The writing's real bad. But the gameplay is good enough that I don't care. The story's pretty interesting. Again, sullied a little bit by some really bad writing and some really annoying meme references. Like somebody got called Sasuke. They're not like their name's Sasuke. They just were called Sasuke as though they were like the Naruto character right at the start of the game. And I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. There was a Minions reference.
Which one, Kevin?
No, they talked about the henchmen, and then it was very obvious they were talking about the Minions.
Oh.
It's pretty annoying. There's one character who's particularly bad about the memes and stuff, but the gameplay is so good. If it was just the gameplay, this could be an all-timer for me. It's that satisfying to play. So we'll see how I feel once I finish the game, but I'm working my way through pretty quickly. I'm doing everything that I can, all the side quests and stuff, so I'm going to be getting a very full vision. Something I did finish, though, brand new release. Cuphead, the delicious last course. It released this last week on Thursday. I buckled down and I finished it. It is incredible. The gameplay is fantastic as usual. I think Miss Chalice actually adds a lot of interesting changes that make the game a lot different. It's a very interesting way to shake things up. It is more of the same, but it doesn't feel like it's compromised. It's not a compromised vision of the base game. It is more of the base game at the same quality, sometimes at a higher quality even. The animation is incredible. They learned a lot from the base game, clearly. The only disappointment I really had was the length. I finished the whole thing in about 4 hours. If you're maybe a little worse at Cuphead, it'll probably last a little longer, but I feel that I've kind of learned that game in and out. Kelly is pointing to herself. But the length is not indicative, that negative is not indicative of the game's quality. It is incredible. And also, the price is $8, so I'm really not that upset. It's just I want more Cuphead. In a sense, it's a good thing. I'm complimenting the game because I finished it and I said, dang, I wish this was longer because it was so good. It doesn't feel like it just cut short. They integrated some new claymation backgrounds. They were really, really wild, and I hope that that's what Studio MDHR is doing next. Whatever their game that is following this is going to be, I hope this is kind of like the test ground for that style, because the claymation backgrounds were super, super cool. Really some of the coolest stuff I've seen in this game. There's not much I could say beyond that would be different from my comments on the base game. But if you enjoyed that game, this is a must. Like, absolutely, no question. If you played Cuphead and you liked it, you need to play this. It is just more of the same. It is the best parts of that game boiled down. There's not a single bad boss in this. Really exceptional. It made me very happy. Even like the frustrating part, no, I didn't even get frustrated. I died a lot, because that's what Cuphead is. And the final boss of this DLC took me a little over an hour, which is quite a bit considering it's like 1 to 2 minute attempts. But I just loved it. I loved it. I love what Miss Chalice adds to the game. I think her new mechanics are really cool. I think the visuals were incredible. They clearly put a heck ton of work into the animations for this DLC. They did not skimp on anything. And I'm super happy to know that there's more game. And if you're a fan of Cuphead, do it. Play more, please. They deserve the support. Plus, it's only $8.
Miss Chalice is very slay.
Well, everybody, gonna have to wrap this one up real quick after that. This was not a Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew mini. This was a full-length Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew. You're welcome, audience.
You're welcome, audience.
Do you
You
think
got
I'm
us
gonna make
for full
Are you okay?
maximum overdrive.
What is that a reference to?
I don't know. I almost said full frontal, but that was inappropriate.
That's the name of a Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh,
Full Frontal Assault.
like full frontal nudity.
Yeah, Full Frontal Assault.
Wow.
I don't think you should play Full Frontal Assault. It's probably not good anymore.
Oh,
I loved it, but I was a child.
I'll play anything with Miss Chalice in it because she is so slay.
She's not in it. She's not in Full Frontal Assault. She's
Okay.
in Cuphead.
Okay.
Have you
I'm
played
just
Cuphead?
No,
Why?
because it's really hard.
Psh, psh, there's simple mode.
Maybe I would play Cuphead if Miss Chalice was in the base game.
You
but
can
she's
play
not.
her in the base game after you beat the DLC.
Oh, well, that's a lot that I have to do just to be a woman.
Maybe it's a commentary, Kelly. Had you thought about that?
No, but now I am. I just like her little head, and I like her little skirt, and I think that she slays.
She's also a little easier to play, I think, because her parry is integrated into her dash.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll be back again. What? Huh? What?
I was just gonna say.
Huh?
Barry the platypus. Remember from Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah, no, I remember. I just feel like we really need to wrap this up as quick as possible because
Okay, you're right.
I think we're losing Kelly.
You're right.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh no, Kelly's sense of humor has died.
Barry the platypus. Remember,
Okay.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz would always say
Stop
that.
it. You're not making a response to me insulting you. You just ignored what I said. Thank you, everybody. Ooh. I'm 13. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you again next week with some real exciting Skull and Bones news.
Yeah, I'm really yo ho, Pirate's Life for me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.